Hi everyone, Matt James here. Welcome to today's guitar tutorial, and today is going to be a lesson for absolute beginners. So this is if you've never picked up a guitar before in your life and you really want to start, then this is the perfect lesson for that. Quite short, quite straightforward. We're just going to look at how to play a D chord, which is usually sort of the go-to chord for most people who are wanting to learn guitar. So we'll get to a close-up and I will show you how to play a D chord. So here we go. Alright then, to get started with, we're going to be looking at putting our fingers onto these, which are called frets. You'll notice that we've got, I suppose, little lines that are going across the neck, and these are called, excuse me, these are called frets. So, for the purposes of today's lesson, we're going to be looking at the 2nd fret and the 3rd fret. Okay, so a D chord. Oh, actually, before we begin, I should say as well, each string is individually numbered, or lettered, if you didn't know that already. So I'll just quickly go through that. So this string here, which is at the bottom of the guitar but is known as the top string, is the E string. And we have another E string, which is known as the bottom E string, even though it's at the top of the guitar. Now it's slightly confusing. So these are both E strings. And then our 2nd string is called the B string. Then we have the G string, which is also known as the 3rd string. Then the D string. And the A string. For the purposes of our D chord, we are only going to be playing these 4 strings. We're going to be ignoring the bottom E and the A string, because we don't want to play those, because it won't sound very good if we play them all together. Bit of a mismatch. So we're just looking at playing these chords. So to get started with your D chord, you want your first finger to be on the 2nd fret of the 3rd string, or the G string. And then you're still on the 2nd fret with your 2nd finger, and you want this one to go on the top E string. And then finally, you want to put your 3rd finger on the 3rd fret of the 2nd string, or the B string. And I would recommend playing them through individually to make sure that they get a nice, clear, crisp sound. Sometimes, when you're first starting out, you might struggle just to push them all the way down, and you might get a perfectly natural, but you're trying to avoid that, and you're also trying to avoid your fingers getting in the way of each other, which can also create that, what I call a dead sound, or like that. So we want individual. Well, if it helps, you can always put that finger down, make sure that rings out nicely. Once you're happy with that, and put your 2nd finger on for the E string. You're like, okay, that sounds good. And then finally put this finger on your 3rd finger on the 3rd fret of the 2nd string, and make sure it's nicely ringing out, and then just play them all through together. And if you've got a plectrum, excuse me again, which I would recommend you do, practice just strumming it through so you've got a nice clear sound, and just practice doing that really slowly until it's nice and clear. Just those 4 strings. You don't need to worry about playing these ones. We don't want to play these ones at the moment. It's just these 2. And just practice doing that. And once you're happy with that, then you can move on to the next chord. But that is a D chord, and it's a great gateway into learning how to play the guitar. I hope that has helped you.